Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Okay, what we're going to do, Aidan, is we're going to do a Super Bowl preview.
Indeed,
so,
mate.
the Super Bowl is something that I've watched on many occasions.
Really?
I think it's relatively new to you, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
So, is the NFL new to you, or do you follow the NFL?
I don't really follow the NFL that much. I don't really watch the games like that, to be honest. But it's
Okay.
a good sport. So it's the only probably game I'd watch out all year is probably the Super Bowl.
Right. Okay. I watch quite a lot of the regular season NFL.
Yeah.
When I can, if it's not, if it's on at like 1 a.m, then I kind of like, maybe try and catch it a little bit if it's a big game. So
Yeah.
maybe watch the first quarter, first half, and then
Sometimes I'd watch the opening game,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
first one,
Thursday
Thursday night,
round,
whatever it is.
Yeah. But it's something that's it's growing very quickly over here, isn't it, in the
Yeah.
UK?
Yeah, it's going
So-
quite quickly globally.
Yeah. So Aidan and I, what we're going to be doing is this is a test sort of like video to sort of like see how it takes for our sports fans. Aidan and I, as you know, are very big, huge into sports.
Yes.
So we're going to start a channel which is just going to be talking about sports on a global level. So we'll be talking basketball. We'll be doing watch-alongs as well with basketball, NFL. We'll be doing English Premier League football. We'll be doing maybe some cricket in the summer.
Cricket.
I like cricket. Yeah, do a bit of baseball. We'll do any sport you want us to talk about. We can touch on it, and we'll sort of like do reviews, previews. We'll do live watch-alongs, all that kind of stuff. So just let us know in the comments if you want us to sort of like talk about certain sports, certain teams. We're both New York Giants fans.
We are.
When it comes to the NFL. We've been to the Giants games, so we know what it's about. We're gonna hopefully get sort of like all wrapped up in it and become a bit more sports centric with our reviews and opinions. Because we talk about it a lot off the camera.
We do.
So we might as well bring it on the camera and have a chat about certain sports because we both know a lot about it. So, but what we're going to talk about here is the NFL Super Bowl review. So it's between, it's between, don't you?
I do know it's between.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
So we've got the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the
Are we
Philadelphia
going to say who we
Eagles.
think's going to win first?
I'm going to go to that at the end.
Okay.
Sort of like what I want to do is talk about some of the stuff that I want to try and bring you up to speed with what I know about the two teams that are facing off with each other. And then sort of like there's a lot of things that's going on which ties these two teams together. So what you've got is number one, you've got the coaches, Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni. So when Andy Reid used to be the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Correct me if I'm wrong this as well when I'm in the comments because I'm not 100% sure. It's all things I've picked up in talking about it. I don't live and breathe NFL, but it's things I've picked up on by watching it and knowing what I know. But Andy Reid was the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Round about, I think he got fired in about 2012.
Is that the Chiefs manager?
He's
now
now
the
the
big
Chiefs.
guy with the white mustache.
Correct. Yeah. So now he's the head coach of the Chiefs. So he went from Philadelphia to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now when he went to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2012-2013 season, he got rid of their wide receiver coach, who happened to be Nick Sirianni. So he binned off Nick Sirianni as the wide receiver coach. Nick Sirianni went on to do other things. He's been at Kansas City. He's done wonders for Kansas City Chiefs. Did wonders for the Eagles, I thought. But he kind of like they had that thing when they got to the playoffs. Kind of like what's the word? Bottled it. Yeah. So a bit bottle merchants with the they won the Super Bowl in 2017, as we know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There is history between these. So Sirianni wants to probably put one over Andy Reid.
Probably.
And Andy Reid's got a point to prove whether he goes to be a legend of the game.
Has he got a point to prove though? If he's won like three of the last 4 Super Bowls or something like that.
Who?
Andy Reid, the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he's got a point to prove whether he goes down as a legend.
Yeah.
In the game, he should do. He's been around the game for a long time. He's won lots of stuff. So and then you've got obviously two quarterbacks. First time two black quarterbacks have gone against each other. So you've got Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a lot of black players
in the NFL though, isn't there?
There is, correct, yeah, but this is the first time two quarterbacks are black in the Super Bowl. And you've got Jalen Hurts. Now, with Jalen Hurts, what you've got is he was a second round draft pick.
Patrick Mahomes is quite
so he's
mixed race though, isn't he? Like
he is, yeah. He's a mixed race kid. But again, it's one of them where you look at Jalen Hurts, who's a second round draft pick, like I said, he's coming into the Super Bowl and he's proven that he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Isn't
it crazy in the NFL? Like you have like so many picks from like low round in the draft, and they always end up being the best.
There's some people
like Tom Brady, wasn't he like 199th pick in his draft?
Yeah, possibly. There's some people like I can give you a name here that didn't get picked in the draft, and I think people might correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Kurt Warner, who used to play for the St. Louis Rams when the Rams were in St. Louis. I think Kurt Warner wasn't a draft pick. I think he was like a
either free agent type
like a walk on, or I don't know, one of them sort of like players.
Did they have like a 10-day trial thing?
Something like that, yeah. I think. Let me know in the comments if that's true, because I've got a feeling that Kurt Warner was not a draft.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably been a few that have come through that sort of like same sort of thing. But yeah, you've got the thing. What I'm looking for here with Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts is they're both carrying injuries.
Are they?
Well, Patrick Mahomes' ankle. He got his ankle twisted. I think it was against the Jaguars in the championship game, or whatever it was, the one before the championship game. And then you've got Jalen Hurts, who's carrying a shoulder injury.
Okay.
So they're both going to be looking, they're both going to be looking to sort of like keep that safe. Because I know against the Bengals, I know Mahomes wasn't moving too well.
Is the shoulder on Hurts' throwing arm, or?
I'm not sure.
That could be a bit of a problem.
I'm not sure which arm it is, but he's definitely carrying. He's not playing it at 100%. Neither of them are.
Yeah.
So if Mahomes is mobile and he's able to move on that ankle, then he's going to take some stopping. But again, if you get sort of like in the throwing game for Hurts, if he gets in there, the one thing I like about the Eagles that I've seen in the previous game when they beat the 49ers was the rotation of the running backs. They had 3 running backs coming through. They were just taking it. Everyone was carrying their shift, I thought. It was they were coming in. They were one out, one in, one out, one in, one out, one in, and
just a lot of depth.
Like a depth, yes. And everyone that was carrying the ball, everyone that was running with the ball, did their job, and they absolutely annihilated the 49ers. Who had one of the best defenses in the league. So it's one of them where you look at it and you think, it's lining up to be a really, really, really excellent Super Bowl for me.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, we are doing a watch along for the Super Bowl over on the Office Blokes React channel. So if you want to join us on that, head over there on Super Bowl Sunday. We will be doing a live watch along. But there's a few other things to point out here. You've got 2 brothers playing against each other.
Yeah, the Kelce
brothers, yeah, Travis and Jason. So what you won't see is them on the field together because they both play offense. One's a tight end and one's a centre. So they won't be playing against each other. But can you imagine how proud their mum is?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sort of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the mum. I think her name's Susan, with the half shirt.
Oh yeah.
It's got like Kansas City, Philadelphia, sort of like half.
Yeah.
And that's the only time that anything half is accepted.
Is allowed.
Yeah. Because we go really against anyone who has a half scarf in the stadium.
It gets sold outside the ground. And
they do get sold over here. But it's something that's kind of frowned upon a little bit, isn't it, amongst supporters? They know not to do. But that, in this instance, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Because no matter who wins, the family's going to be a winner at the end of the day. And I always look at it that if it was my kids, like you and Declan, and one was on one team and one was on the other, I'd just be supporting the winner.
Yeah.
Loser would be like, see ya. Right? Yeah. We're over here now. With the trophy. He's watching from outside through the window. No, but it's an amazing achievement for the Kelce family.
Yeah,
they're not to have them 2 sort of like going ahead. They're the first 2 brothers to play against each other. Really? But they're not the first 2 brothers to be in the Super Bowl against each other. If that makes sense, because there was coaches.
He just didn't play. Oh.
I think it was head coaches. Someone's gonna have to tell me the names. I think it was someone like Harbo, something like that. Anyway,
yeah.
Harbo. But there were 2 brothers that were their head coaches against each other. But they didn't play against each other. These are the first 2 brothers to play against each other in the Super Bowl. So again, massive sort of thing. But going back to the game, I think we don't want to go on too long because it's just a quick preview. It's the tester of the channel whether people want us to talk about sport, and I would set up a different channel to do all that. But for me, I think if Hurts can get his passing game on with the receivers he has available at his disposal, I think I can't see Kansas beating the Eagles. Although, in my mind, because I don't like the Eagles, I kind of want Kansas to win.
I think Kansas City are going to win.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Philadelphia have kind of been the team that have looked the best throughout the whole season, though, haven't they?
I've got a feeling they were both 16-3.
Were they?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. Fact check it, but
check that. I know the Eagles were 16-3, and I've got a feeling that Kansas City was 16-3. Just see what the season record. They were both 16-3. So they're both holding similar records, or the same record going into the Super Bowl. They both come off some tough games in the playoffs and the championship games. They one against the Bengals for the Kansas City Chiefs, and
Bengals look quite good as well.
And Philadelphia.
Didn't the Bengals beat the Bills?
Bengals played really well. It was
That's who I thought the Bills were going to win it. To be honest, that was my early prediction at the start of the season.
It came down right to the end. A lot of people were predicting the Bills.
Yeah.
Josh Allen just didn't turn it up, did he? So I'm going. So my pick for it anyway on this is I'm going to go for 38-30 Kansas City.
38. You're going to score predict?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Kansas City by a field goal in the last minute.
Ooh, that'd be some
It's
Super Bowl, wouldn't it?
23-20.
23-20. Wow. So it's all up there anyway. So let us know in the comments who you think. People know because I'm a New York Giants fan, I can't go for the Philadelphia Eagles. Simple.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't happen. The big blue will get me, and I can't face that. They're tougher than me. They're bigger than me. I'll have Michael Strahan chasing me down. We don't want that.
Don't even know
Lawrence Taylor coming after me. Don't want that. Yeah.
No.
So, but let us know in the comments if you want us. Number one, if you want us to do a sports channel, which we will do, because we know a lot about different sports.
Yeah.
Number two, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, what your big talking points are going to be in the Super Bowl, who's going to run the most yards. It's who's going to throw the most yards. We've got squares running as well on the Office Blokes. So get over there to the Office Blokes React channel if you want to enter the squares competition to win prizes.
Yeah.
And if you are heading over to the Office Blokes React for the live watch along, we'll see you over there.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, like I say, get in the comments, let us know.
Comment your score predictions as well.
And we'll see you at the Super Bowl. Take care.
Cheers.